Everyone, this is Liz from Creative Life of Liz, and I am here to do my May book Bujo reading journal, whatever you want to call it, setup. This is in my artist loft dot grid. I got it from Michaels. Before we start on the May setup, I do want to just flip through a few things, show you where we're at for the year. Cover page hasn't changed. These intro pages haven't changed. I am reading every day, doing pretty well there. And I am keeping up more or less with my goals. So that's going well. I finished out my Romanceopoly main curriculum components in my elective courses. And I did the entire Bloom and Brawl games requirements for this month, for this quarter. So I really got everything done during April. I did also read the study session. I don't think I filled in any of these last few over here. On this side, I did read a classic, so I filled that one in. I think maybe some of these middle grades were filled in this month. I think some in March. Not sure, but made a little bit of progress there. We're really left in the categories that I don't read as much. So I think I'm going to end up using, some like, genre blends to fulfill the last. So the thriller, contemporary, horror, and literary fiction, I think are going to have genre blends to fill in, which is fine. Skipping ahead to my March stats. That's the next thing that you haven't really seen. I read 17 books, 5,200 pages. I had 1 DNF. Average rating of 3.35. So okay reading month. My max rating was a 4, so that was not great. I would prefer to have some 5-star reads. It's been a struggle this year for sure. I had a good chunk of new authors, so that was nice. Own voices was definitely a struggle. I think because I'm reading so many mysteries right now, and that is a genre that the publishing world is just not very good at being diverse. So if you have recommendations for diverse own voices reads in the mystery genre in specific, please put them down below because I would love some additional suggestions. I had a mix of formats, a mix of publication years, a mix of genres, but you can see mystery and romance really led the way, not surprising. My favorite book of the month was The Secret Lives of Numbers, A Hidden History of Mass Unsung Trailblazers by Kat Kitagawa and Timothy Ravel. I thought that it was a really good read, and I thought it was super interesting to kind of talk about how math ideas developed over time, and how that's not as Eurocentric as we tend to get taught in school. So that was really nice. I also liked Patchwork, The Secret of the Old Clock, Murder in Miniature, and F-35, The Inside Story of the Lightning 2. So overall, okay reading month. Looking at April, I did love this cover page. I think it turned out super cute. I still really love it. This guy has come loose a few times and is now crooked. So let's see if we can fix that. There we go. I never updated this with any other things publishing in May. It is what it is. Sometimes I'm good at using this, sometimes I'm not. For Magical Readathon, I did fulfill all of the prompts for the spring equinox. That was kind of my goal, to give myself the flexibility in the fall based on how much availability I have, how many books I think I can read, what I want to read, things like that. So I did read all of them here. And then I started putting my books that I've been reading here. I do think I've had some rough times this month. A lot of kind of mediocre reads. I have enjoyed some good ones. I have been reading a few classic mysteries from the British Library Crime Classics, and I'm very much enjoying that. Even if all of them are not my favorite ever reads, I've been enjoying kind of dabbling with different authors and things like that. So that part is super nice. This Murder in Vienna is another one from that collection. And now my last book I finished was Oddball by Sarah Anderson. Love the comic. It's a great one. So very excited for that. We do still have 1.5 days left this month. I have an audiobook I'm in the middle of, and I have an ebook that I expect to finish. So this leaves me in the awkward position of I need like a quarter of a page here. I am tempted to kind of just squish everything because I could definitely squish the stuff that's on this page, I think. but I think the best answer is to not squish it. So I'm going to leave both these pages blank, even though it's kind of dumb. And I'm going to leave these pages blank for my stats pages. So that puts me starting on page 48 for May. So for this month, I really wanted to use these cat supply stickers. I got these as a gift, but they came from Jet Pens. They're like little food and toys and stuff like that, stickers that are cat themed. And in my mind, May's purple. So I also wanted to bring that in. So first off, I have these 3 Neko Atsume washi tapes. I got these from AliExpress 10 years ago, something like that. But I still have them, so I want to use them. I also have this Galaxy purple washi from AliExpress, also from 10 years ago. And then I have this purple with purple foil bows washi from Simply Gilded. This one's actually newer. So that one's exciting there. And then I did pull in this Zebra Mild Liner. I think this is called like Mild Lilac or something like that. Not really sure. This purple I by M Fine Liner. And then the purple Uniball Signo. Usually I don't use this. Oh, it's called Violet. Either way, usually I don't use this pen in this planner, but I brought it just in case. And then since I've been using the little floral stickers in every monthly setup thus far, I did pull just this one that has purple and yellow flowers. I think I'm probably just going to write 5 on it, but I want to make sure that I use it in some way because I've been using it for every other monthly setup. So I wanted to use something. So with that, I am going to get started on the setup. We're going to see how this goes, and then I will be back to show you what it's looking like. All right, so here is where we are at so far. I actually filled in my priority reads since I needed my computer to be able to put in the readathon stuff anyway, so I had it. These are the 4 arcs that I have that publish between the beginning of May and we'll call it the middle of June, roughly. So these are ones that I need to be prioritizing during the month. I will add the Romanceopoly study session book whenever I know what it is. I think we might already know, but I haven't looked it up, so we'll see. And then anything else that might come up during the month. I decided to make like a little box with the washi tape. I thought that would turn out pretty cute. If you notice me pull out the ruler, it's because I realized that these squares are not actually square. And so across and down is not the same distance. And so I did a little measuring to try to get it as square as possible. It's a little bit taller than it is wide because I wanted to use the full strip of washi and not cut it off in the middle. But I think this turned out really cute. My little 5 I think is pretty cute. This May font looks very similar to my March font. If you remember, probably don't, but this one. But I do like how it turned out. And then I put in some stickers here. And then to kind of keep the linear stuff going, I did put lines to block off this page as well, just to give it some more linearity to go with this side as well. And then this month, the only readathon that I'm planning to participate in is Escape the Readathon. I'm on Team Engineers. You should definitely join us. We're the best. But this one, you don't know your prompts ahead of time. You figure them out as you go. And so I did set up the header and the note that I am on Team Engineers. And then this line is going to be for wherever we end up starting. I'm going to put in the room and probably the prompt on this line. And then I'm going to start putting in the books that I read during that time. any pages that I submit for things, whatever it is that I might be doing during that time. And then I'll put another line when the next prompt drops and do the same thing. I don't know when those are going to come. None of us know when those are going to come. And there are 14 rooms, I believe, but we may or may not need to use all of them. So, I'm going to save these 2 pages. I don't know if I'm going to need more space than that, but I'm for sure not going to need less space than that. So my plan is to start here, and then I will start my reads on page 52 here. And then if I need more space, I will just set up a new page that says like escape the readathon continued at the top and just continue it there in the same format as what I'm doing here. So yeah, I think that's all I've got for today. Hopefully this was enjoyable to watch. As always, please like and subscribe below if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. It helps me out. Let me know what you have planned for May. Are you participating in Escape the Readathon? Are you on Team Engineers, which is the right answer? Also, what do you plan to read in the month? What recommendations do you have for me? Just tell me all your bookish things down below. I would love to hear about that. If you don't have any bookish thoughts for the day, totally fine. Leave me some sort of cat emoji just to say hi. I would love to hear from you. And then follow me on Instagram and Blue Sky at Creative Life of Liz. You can see in progress and finished spreads on my planners, as well as bits and pieces of my life, what I'm reading, all that good stuff. And until next time, bye.